I say, this fire's the devil. Can I have a screen, Tench?
A screen? Ah.
Certainly, Mr. Wilder. That is, perhaps the manager. Perhaps Mr. Underwood.
These fireplaces of yours, Underwood.
A screen, rather.
I'm sorry. We're not accustomed to complaints of too much fire down here just now.
You mean the men?
Poor devils.
It's their own fault, Scantlebury.
Great distress amongst them, according to the Trinartha news.
Oh, that rag. Give it to Wanklin. Suit his radical views. They call us monsters, I suppose. The editor of that rubbish ought to be shot.
The board of worthy gentlemen who control the Trinartha tin plate works from their armchairs in London would condescend to come and see for themselves the conditions prevailing amongst their workforce during this strike.
Well, we have come.
We feel that even their leg of mutton hearts would not remain untouched.
Ruffian. I remember that fellow when he hadn't a penny to his name. Little snivel of a chap who's made his way by blackguarding everyone who takes a different view to himself. What does your father say?
He says the kettle and the pot.
I shall boil if I don't get the screen.
Put it closer, Frank. Will that do, Mr. Wilder? It's the highest we got.
Thanks, capitally.
Ah, merci, madame.
Is there anything else you want, Father? Edgar, anything?
Yes, you might get me a Janid, please, Olga.
There are some down there by Mr. Scantlebury.
Ah, I see your brother uses J's. What does the manager what does your husband use, Mrs. Underwood?
A quill.
Oh, the homely product of the goose.
Thanks, if you can spare me one. What about lunch, Enid?
We're going to have lunch here in the drawing room, so you needn't hurry with your meeting.
Ah, lunch. That hotel, dreadful. Did you try the whitebait last night? Fried fat.
It's past 12. Aren't you going to read the minutes, Tench?
At a board meeting held the 31st of January, the company's offices, 512 Cannon Street, EC, present Mr. Anthony in the chair, Mrs. F.H. Wilder, William Scantlebury, Oliver Wanklin, and Edgar Anthony. Read letters from the manager, dated January the 20th, 23rd, 25th, 28th, relative to the strike at the company's works. Read letters to the manager of January the 21st, 24th, 26th, 29th. Read letter from Mr. Simon Harness of the Central Union asking for an interview with the board. Read letter from the Men's Committee, signed David Roberts, James Green, John Bogan, Henry Thomas, George Rouse, desiring conference with the board, and it was resolved that a special board meeting be called for February the 7th at the house of the manager for the purpose of discussing the situation with Mr. Simon Harness and the Men's Committee on the spot. Passed. 12 transfers, signed and sealed 9 certificates, and 1 balance certificate.
If it's your pleasure, sign, same.
What's the union's game, Tench? They haven't made up their split with the men. What does Harness want this interview for?
Hoping we shall come to a compromise, I think, sir. He's having a meeting with the men this afternoon.
Harness, He's one of these cold-blooded, cool-headed chaps. I distrust them. I'm not sure we didn't make a mistake to come down. What time will the men be here?
Any time now.
Well, I hope we're going to get this business settled in time for me to catch the 6:30. I've got to take my wife to Spain tomorrow. My old father had a strike at his works in '69. Just such a February as this. They wanted to shoot him.
What, in the close season?
By George, there was no close season for employers then. He used to go down to the office with a pistol in his pocket.
To consider the policy of the board in relation to the strike.
It's this infernal three-cornered duel. The union, the men, and ourselves.
We needn't consider the union.
Oh, it's my experience. You've always got to consider the union, confound them. If the union were going to withdraw their support from the men, as they've done, why did they ever allow them to strike at all?
We've had this over a dozen times.
Well, I've never understood it. It's beyond me. They say the engineers and the furnacemen's demands are excessive. Well, so they are. But that's not enough to make the union withdraw their support. What's behind it?
Fear of strikes at Harper's and Tidewell's.
Afraid of other strikes now. That's the reason. Why couldn't we have been told that before?
You were.
You were absent from the board that day, sir.
The men must have seen they had no chance when the union gave them up. It's madness.
It's Roberts.
It's just our luck, the men finding a fanatical firebrand like Roberts for a leader. Well, it's a regular mess. I don't like the position we're in. I don't like it. I've said so for a long time now. When Wanklin and I came down before Christmas, it looked as though the men must collapse. Now, you thought so too, Underwood.
Yes.
Well, they haven't. Here we are, and things going from bad to worse. Losing our customers, shares going down.
What loss have we made by this strike, Tench?
Over 50,000, sir.
You don't say.
And we shall never get it back.
No, sir.
Who would have supposed the men would stick out like this? Nobody suggested that.
I've never liked to fight, never shall.
No surrender.
Who wants to surrender? I want to act reasonably. When the men sent Roberts up to see the board in December, now that was the time we should have humoured him, instead of which the chairman, well, he snapped his head off. We could have got them in then by a little tact.
No compromise.
There we are. The strike's been going on now since October. As far as I can see, it may last another 6 months. Pretty mess we shall be in by then. The only comfort is the men will be in a worse.
What sort of state are they really in, Frank?
Damnable.
Well, who on earth would have thought they'd hold on like this without support?
Those who know them.
Oh, I defy anyone to know them. And what about tin? Price going up daily? When we do get started, we shall have to work up our contracts at the top of the market.
What have you to say to that, Chairman?
Can't be helped. Shan't pay a dividend till goodness knows when.
We ought to think of the shareholders. Chairman, I say we ought to think of the shareholders.
They are thinking of you.
What was that?
The chairman said he is thinking of you, sir.
Cynic.
It's past a joke. Because I don't want to go for years without a dividend, even if the chairman does. We can't go on playing ducks and drakes with the company's prosperity.
Well, I think we ought to consider the men.
We mustn't think of our private feelings, young man. That'll never do.
I wasn't thinking of our feelings. I was thinking of the men's.
Well, as to that, we're men of business.
That is the little trouble.
I don't see there's any necessity for pushing things so far in the face of all this suffering. It's cruel.
I'm afraid we mustn't base our policy on luxuries like sentiment.
Well, I detest the state of things.
We didn't seek the quarrel.
I know that, sir. But surely, we've gone far enough.
No.
Luxuries apart, Chairman, we must look out what we're doing.
Give way to the men once and there'll be no end to it.
I quite agree, but you make it a question of bedrock principle. Luxuries again, Chairman. The shares are below par.
And they'll drop to a half when we pass the next dividend.
Oh, come, not so bad as that.
You'll see. I didn't catch that.
The chairman said, "Fait que devra."
My father says do as we ought and let things rip.
Chairman's a stoic. I always said the chairman was a stoic.
Much good that'll do us.
Seriously, Chairman, are you going to let the ship sink under you for the sake of a principle?
She won't sink.
Not while I'm on the board, I hope.
Better rat, Scantlebury.
What a man.
I've always fought them. Never been beaten yet.
We're with you in theory, Chairman, but we're not all made of cast iron.
We've only to hold on.
And go to the devil as fast as we can.
Better to go to the devil and give in.
Well, that may suit you, sir, but it doesn't suit me. Or anyone else, I would think.
I don't see how we can get it over that to go on like this means starvation to the men's wives and families.
I'm afraid, again, that sounds a little sentimental.
Men of business are excused decency, you think?
Nobody's more sorry for the men than I am. But if they choose to be such a pig-headed lot, it's nothing to do with us. We've got quite enough on our hands to think of ourselves and the shareholders.
It's not going to kill the shareholders to miss a dividend or two. Don't see that that's reason enough for knuckling under.
You talk very lightly of your dividends, young man. I don't know where we are.
There's only one sound way of looking at this. We can't go on ruining ourselves with this strike.
No caving in.
All I can say is, if that's the chairman's view, I don't know what we've come down here for.
To tell the men we've nothing for them. They won't believe it till they hear it spoken in plain English.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised if that brute Roberts hadn't brought us down with the very same idea. I hate a man with a grievance.
You didn't pay him enough for his discovery. I said that at the time.
We paid him 500, and a bonus of 200 3 years later. If that's not enough, what does he want, for goodness sake?
Company made 100,000 out of his brains and paid him 700. But that's the way he goes on, sir.
The man's a rank agitator. Look, I hate the unions, but now we've got Harness here, why don't we get him to settle the whole thing?
No.
Roberts won't let the men assent to that.
Fanatic, fanatic.
And not the only one.
Mr. Harness from the union waiting, sir. The men are here too, sir.
Sit there, next to the chairman, Harness, won't you?
Thanks. Well, gentlemen, we're going to do business at last, I hope.
It depends what you call business, Harness. Why don't you make the men come in?
The men are far more in the right than you are. The question with us is whether we shan't begin to support them again.
Support them if you like. We'll put in free labour and have done with it.
Well, that won't do, Mr. Anthony. You can't get free labour, and you know it.
We shall see that.
I'm quite frank with you. We were forced to withhold our support from your men because some of their demands are in excess of current rates. I expect to make them withdraw those demands today. If they do, take it straight from me, gentlemen, we shall back them again at once. Now, I'd like to see something fixed up before I go back tonight. Can't we have done with this old-fashioned tug-of-war business? What good is it doing you? Why don't you recognize once for all that these people are men like yourselves who want what's good for them? Just as you want what's good for you, your motor cars and champagne and 8-course dinners.
If the men will come in, we'll do something for them.
And is that your opinion too, sir? And yours? And yours? Well, all I can say is it's a kind of high and mighty aristocratic tone I thought we'd grown out of, but it seems I was mistaken.
It's the tone the men use. Remains to be seen which can hold out the longest, they without us or we without them.
As businessmen, I wonder you're not ashamed of this waste of force, gentlemen. You know what it'll all end in?
What?
Compromise. It always does.
Can't you persuade the men that their interests are the same as ours?
I could persuade them if they were.
Oh, come, Harness, you're a clever man. You don't believe in all this socialistic claptrap that's taught nowadays. There's no real difference between their interests and ours.
There's just one very simple little question I'd like to put to you. Will you pay the men 1 penny more than they force you to pay them?
I humbly thought that not to pay more than was necessary was the ABC of commerce.
Yes, that seems to be the ABC of commerce, sir. And the ABC of commerce is between your interests and the men's.
To arrange something.
Am I to understand then, gentlemen, that your board is going to make no concessions?
None.
You were going to say something, I believe.
We're sorry for the state of the men.
The men have no use for your pity, sir. What they want is justice.
And let them be just.
For that word just, read humble, Mr. Anthony. Why should they be humble? Barring the accident of money, aren't they as good men as you?
Can't.
Well, I've been 5 years in America. It colours a man's notions.
Let's have the men in and hear what they've got to say.
As I'm to have an interview with him this afternoon, I'll ask you to postpone your final decision till that's over.
There are some chairs there against the wall, Roberts. Won't you draw them up and sit down?
Thank you, Mr. Underwood. We'll stand in the presence of the board. How are you, Mr. Arnis? Didn't expect to have the pleasure of seeing you till this afternoon.
We shall meet again then, Roberts.
Glad to hear that. We shall have some news for you to take back to your people.
What do the men want?
Beg pardon, don't quite catch the chairman's remark.
The chairman wishes to know what the men have to say.
Well, it's what the board has to say that we've come to hear. It's for the board to speak first.
The board has nothing to say.
Well, in that case, we're wasting the director's time. We'll be taking our feet off this pretty carpet.
Come, Roberts, you didn't give us this long, cold journey for the pleasure of saying that.
No, sir. And what I have to say is...
Go on, Henry Thomas, go on. You're better able to speak to the directors than me.
The chairman means, Roberts, that it was the men who asked for the conference. The board wished to hear what they have to say.
God. If I were to begin to tell you all that they have to say, we shouldn't be finished today. And there'd be some here who'd wish they never left their London palaces.
What's your proposition? Be reasonable.
You want reason, Mr. Arnis? Well, take a look around this afternoon before the meeting. You'll see some very pretty scenery.
All right, my friend, you won't put me off.
We won't put Mr. Arnis off. Have some champagne with your lunch, Mr. Arnis. You wanted, sir.
Come, get to business, man.
All we're asking for, see, is simple justice.
Justice from London? What you talking about, Henry Thomas? You gone silly? We know very well what we are. Discontented dogs. Never satisfied. What did the chairman tell me when I came up to London? That I didn't know what I was talking about. I was a foolish, uneducated man that knew nothing of the wants of the men that I spoke for.
Do please keep to the point.
There can only be one master, Roberts.
Then by Gad, it'll be us.
If you've nothing to say to the directors, Roberts, perhaps you let Green or Thomas speak for the men.
Well, if I'd have been listened to...
What I've got to say is what we've all got to say.
Speak for yourself, Henry Thomas.
Let the poor men call their souls their own.
Aye, they shall keep their souls, for it's not much body that you left them, Mr. Scantlebury. Well, will you speak, or shall I speak for you?
Speak out, Roberts. Or leave it to others.
Thank you, George Rouse. The chairman and board of directors have done us the honour of leaving London and coming all this way to hear what we've got to say. It would not be polite to keep them any longer waiting.
Well, thank God for that.
You will not dare to thank him when I've done, Mr. Wilder, for all your piety. Maybe your God up in London has no time to listen to the working man. I'm told he's a wealthy God, but if he listens to what I have to say, he'll know more than ever he learned in Kensington.
Come, Roberts, you have your own God. Respect the God of other men.
That's right, sir. We have another God down here. I doubt he's rather different to Mr. Wilder's. You ask Henry Thomas. He'll tell you whether his God and Mr. Wilder's are the same.
For goodness sake, let's keep to the point, Roberts.
I think it is the point, Mr. Wankling. If you can get the god of capital to walk through the streets of labour and pay attention to what he sees, you're a brighter man than I took you for. For all that you're a radical.
Tempt me, Roberts. You're here to speak for the men, as I am here to speak for the board. Now then, what is it?
Right, sir. The men can't afford to travel up to London, and they don't trust you to believe what they say in black and white. They know what the post is and what directors' meetings are. Refer it to the manager. Let the manager advise us on the men's condition. Can we squeeze them a little more?
Don't hit below the belt, Roberts.
Is it below the belt, Mr. Underwood? The men know. When I travelled up to London, I gave you the position straight. And what came of it? I was told I didn't know what I was talking about. I can't afford to travel up to London to be told that again.
What have you to say for the men?
I have this to say. And first, as to their condition. You shall have no need to go and ask your manager. You can't squeeze them any more. Every man of us is well-nigh starving. You wonder why I tell you that? Every man of us is going short. We can't be no worse off than we've been these past few weeks. You needn't think that by waiting, you can drive us to come in. We'll die first. A lot of us. The men have sent for you to know, once and for all, whether you are going to grant their demands. I see the sheet of paper in the secretary's hand. That's it, I think, Mr. Tench. It's not very large.
Yes.
There is not one sentence of writing on that paper that we can do without. Isn't that so?
That's right.
Not one single sentence. All our demands are fair. We have not asked anything we are not entitled to ask. What I said in London, I say again now. There is not anything on that piece of paper that a just man should not ask and a just man give.
There is not one single demand on this paper that we will grant.
You mean that?
I do.
You best know whether the condition of the company is any better than the condition of the men. You best know whether you can afford your tyranny. But this I tell you, if you think that the men will give way the least part of an inch, you're making the worst mistake you ever made. You think that because the union is not supporting us, more shame to it, that we'll be coming to you on our knees one fine morning. You think that because the men have wives and children to look after, that it's just a matter of a week or two?
It would be better if you didn't speculate so much on what we think.
It's not much profit to us. I will say this for you, Mr. Anthony. You know your own mind. I can reckon on you.
I'm obliged to you.
And I know mine. I tell you this. The men will send their wives and families to where the country will have to keep them. And they will starve rather than give way. I advise you, Mr. Anthony, to prepare for the worst that can happen to your company. We are not so ignorant as you may suppose. We know which way the cat is jumping. Your position is not all that it might be, not exactly.
Be good enough to allow us to judge of our position for ourselves. Go back and reconsider your own.
Mr. Anthony, you are not a young man now. From the first thing that I remember, you have been an enemy to every man that came into your works. I don't say you're a mean man or a cruel man, but you grudge them the say of any word in their own fates. 4 times you fought them down. I've heard you say you love a fight. Well, mark my words, you're fighting the last fight you'll ever fight.
Roberts! Roberts!
Roberts, I mustn't speak my mind to the chairman, but the chairman may speak his mind to me.
What are things coming to?
Go on, Roberts. Say what you like.
I have no more to say.
The meeting stands adjourned to 5 o'clock.
We shall never settle anything like this. We thank the chairman and the board of directors for their gracious hearing. Good day, gentlemen.
I congratulate you on the conciliatory spirit that's been displayed. With your permission, gentlemen, I shall be with you again at 5:30. Good morning.
Well,
Lunch is ready.
coming to lunch, Scantlebury?
I suppose so, I suppose so. It's the only thing we can do.
Do you really mean to fight to a finish, Chairman? Take care. The essence of things is to know when to stop. This way disaster lies. The ancient Trojans were fools to your father, Mrs. Underwood.
I want to speak to Father a moment, Frank. Aren't you coming, Dad? Won't you go and have some lunch, Mr. Tench?
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
I do hope it's settled, Father.
No.
Oh. Haven't you done anything? Frank says they all want to come to a compromise, really, except that man Roberts.
I don't.
It's such a horrid position for us. If you were the wife of the manager and lived down here and saw it all, you can't realize, Dad.
Indeed.
We see all the distress. You remember my maid, Annie, who married Roberts? It's so wretched. Her heart's weak. Since the strike started, she hasn't even been getting proper food. I know it for a fact, Father.
Give her what she wants, poor woman.
But Roberts won't let her take anything from us.
I can't be answerable for the men's obstinacy.
They're all suffering. Father, do stop it, for my sake.
You don't understand, my dear.
If I were on the board, I'd do something.
What would you do?
It's because you can't bear to give way. It's so
Well,
unnecessary.
what do you know about necessity? Read your novels, play your music, talk your talk. But don't try and tell me what's at the bottom of a struggle like this.
I live down here and see it.
My dear, what do you imagine stands between you and your class and these men that you're so sorry for?
I don't know what you mean, Father.
In a few years, you and your children will be down in the condition they're in. But for those with the eyes to see things as they are and the backbone to stand up for themselves.
You don't know the state the men are in.
I know it well enough.
No, you don't, Father. If you did, you...
It's you who don't know the simple facts of the position. What sort of mercy do you suppose you'd get if no one stood between you and the continual demands of labor? This sort of mercy? First would go your sentiments, my dear, and your culture, and your comforts will be going all the time.
I don't believe in barriers between
You
classes.
don't believe in barriers between the classes.
And I don't know what this has got to do with the question.
It'll take a generation or two for you to understand.
It's only you and Robert's father, and you know it. It'll ruin the company.
Allow me to judge of that.
Well, I won't stand by and let poor Annie Roberts suffer like this. And think of the children, Father, I warn you.
What do you propose to do?
That's my affair. Oh, Father, you know you oughtn't have this strain on you. You know what Dr. Fisher said.
No old man can afford to listen to old women.
But you have done enough. Even if it is such a matter of principle with you.
You think so?
Don't, Dad. You might think of us.
I am.
It'll break you down.
My dear, I am not going to funk. You may rely on that.
Beg pardon, madam. I think I'd rather see these papers were disposed of before I get my lunch. Would you sign these papers for me, please, sir? I owe my position to you, sir.
Well?
I'm obliged to see everything that's going on, sir. I depend upon the company entirely. If anything were to happen to it, it'd be disastrous for me. Of course, my wife's just had another, so it makes me doubly anxious just now. You know, the rates are really terrible down our way, sir.
They're not more terrible than they are up mine.
No, sir. I know the company means a great deal to you, sir.
It does. I founded it.
Yes, sir. If the strike goes on, it'll be very serious. And I think the directors are beginning to realize that, sir.
Indeed.
I know you hold very strong views, sir, and it's always your habit to look things in the face. But I don't think the directors like it, sir, now they see it.
Nor you, it seems.
No, sir. Of course, I've got my children. My wife's delicate, and so my position, I have to think of these things. It wasn't that I was going to say, sir, if you'll excuse me.
Out with it, then.
Well, I know from my own father, sir, when you get on in life, you do feel things dreadfully.
Come out with it, Tench.
I don't know how to say it, sir.
We must.
I think the directors are going to throw you over, sir.
Ring the bell.
Excuse me saying such a thing, sir. I was only thinking of you, sir.
Bring me a whiskey and soda.
Anything to eat, sir?
If you could see your way, sir, it would be a great relief to my mind. It would indeed. It does make me so very anxious. I haven't slept properly for weeks, and that's a fact. No, sir.
Nothing I can get you, sir? You're aware, sir, of what the doctor said, sir?
I am.
This strike, sir, putting all this strain on you. Excuse me, sir, is it worth it, sir?
Christ.
Very good, sir.
Bread and tea last 4 days.
I wish Yale would stop brooding about the house.
They're leaving out the men. It's bad enough for the children. They keep men in bed. But they don't get so hungry when they're not running about. Whether that restless. They worry the life out of me.
You're lucky. They're all so small. It's the going to school that makes them hungry. Don't Bulgin give you anything?
He would if he could, I suppose.
What, haven't he got no shares in the company?
Goodbye, Annie Roberts. I must be getting along home.
Stay and have a cup of tea, Mrs. Rose.
Roberts will be wanting his tea when he comes in. And I'm going to go straight to bed. It's warmer there than anywhere.
Come along with me, Mother. Take my arm. We're all going the same way.
Oh, thank you, my dearies.
There, Annie. You see that? I told George Rouse, don't think to have my company till you made an end of all this trouble. You ought to be ashamed, I said, with your own mother looking like a ghost and not a stick to put on the fire. So long as you're able to fill your pipes, you let us starve. Oh, I'll take my oath, Madge said. I've not had smoke nor drink these 3 weeks. Well then, why'd you go on with it? I can't go back on Roberts. That's it, isn't it? It's Roberts. Always Roberts. When he talks, it's the devil that comes into them. You don't want him beaten, he's your man. Everybody like their own shadows. If Rouse wants me, he must give up Roberts. If he gave him up, they all would. They're only waiting for a lead. Father's against him. They're all against him in their hearts.
You won't beat Robert.
Won't I? The cowards. When their own mothers and their own children. I wonder he can look you in the face. Harness is here again. They'll have to make up their minds today.
Roberts will never give up the furnacemen and engineers. Wouldn't it be right?
You can't deceive me. It's just his pride. Can I come in?
I've seen it. Give Mrs. Underwood your chair, Madge.
Thank you. Thank you. Are you any better?
Yes, ma'am, thank you, ma'am.
Why did you send back the jelly? I call that really wicked of you.
Thank you, ma'am. I had no need for it.
Of course, it was Robert's doing, wasn't it? How can he let all this suffering go on amongst you?
What suffering?
I beg your pardon.
Well, who said there was suffering?
Madge.
Please let us keep ourselves to ourselves. We don't want you coming here and spying on us.
I didn't speak to you.
Keep your kind feelings to yourself. You think you could come amongst us, but you're mistaken. Go back and tell the manager that.
This is not your house.
No, it's not my house. Keep clear of my house, Mrs. Underwood.
Please to forgive Madge, Thomas, ma'am. She's a bit upset today.
I think they're so stupid, all of them.
Yes, ma'am.
Is Roberts out?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, it is his doing that they don't come to an agreement. Now, isn't it, Annie?
They do say your father, Miss...
My father is getting to be an old man. And you know what old men are.
Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am.
No, I don't expect you to feel sorry, Annie. I know it's his fault as well as Robert's.
I'm sorry for anyone that gets old. It's dreadful to get old. Mr. Anthony was such a fine old gentleman, I always used to think.
And he always liked you. Don't you remember? Look here, Annie, what can I do? I do so want to know you don't even get what you ought to have. And you're so naughty sending back the soup and things.
Yes.
Well, you haven't even got coals.
If you please, ma'am, to put the kettle back on again. Roberts won't have long for his tea. He's got to meet the men at 4.
That means he'll lash them into a fury again. Can't you stop his going, Annie? Have you tried? Does he know how ill you are?
It's only my weak heart, ma'am.
But you used to be so well when you were with us.
Oh, Roberts is always good to me.
You ought to have everything you want, and you've got nothing.
They tell me I don't look like a dying woman.
No. No, of course you don't. No, if you could have proper... Would you see my doctor if I sent him to you? I'm sure he'd do you good.
Yes.
And Madge Thomas oughtn't to come here. She only excites you. As if I didn't know what suffering there is amongst the men. Of course, I do feel for them dreadfully. But, you know, they have gone too far.
They say there's no other way to get better wages, Mum.
But Annie, that is why the union won't help them. My husband is very sympathetic with the men, but he says they're not underpaid.
Oh, no, Mum.
They never think how the company could go on if we paid them the wages they want.
But the dividends having been so big...
You all seem to think that the shareholders are rich men, but they're not really. Most of them are no better off than working men. They have to keep up appearances.
Yes, Mum.
Well, you don't have to pay rates and taxes and 100 other things that they do. If the men didn't spend such a lot on drink and betting, they'd be quite well off.
Well, you say working so hard, they must have some pleasure.
But surely not low pleasure like that.
Roberts never touches a drop, and he's never had a bet in his life.
Oh, but he's not a common... I mean, he's an engineer, a superior man.
Yes, Mum. He says they've no chance of other pleasures.
Well, of course, I know. It's hard.
And they say gentlefolk is just as bad.
Well, I go as far as most people, Annie, but you know yourself, that's nonsense.
A lot of men never go near the public, but even they save but very little. And that goes if there's illness.
But they've got their clubs, haven't they?
The clubs only give up to 18 shillings a week, and that's not much amongst a family. Robert says working folks have always lived from hand to mouth. 6pence today is worth a shilling tomorrow, so they say.
But that's the spirit of gambling.
Oh, Robert says a working man's life is all a gamble from the time he's born to the time he dies. He says, Mum, that when a working man's baby is born, it's a toss-up from breath to breath whether it ever draws another. And so on all his life. And when he gets to be old, it's the workhouse or the grave. He says that unless a man is very near and stints and pinches himself and his children to save, there can't be no surplus nor security. That's why he wouldn't have no children. Not though I wanted them.
Yes, I know. I know.
Oh, you don't, Mum. You've got your children. You never need to trouble for them.
Annie, you oughtn't be talking so much. But Roberts was paid a lot of money, wasn't he, for discovering that process?
All Robert's savings have gone towards the strike. He's always looked towards this strike. He says he's no right to a farthing when others are suffering. It isn't so with all of them. Some of them don't care no more than that, just so long as they look after their own.
I don't see how they can be expected to when they're suffering like this. But Roberts ought to think of you. It's all dreadful. The kettle's boiling. Shall I make some tea? Won't you have a cup?
No, thank you, Mum. I'd sooner you didn't see Roberts, Mum. He gets so wild.
Oh, but I must, Annie. I'll be quite calm, I promise.
But it's life and death to him, Mum.
I'll get him to talk to me outside. We won't upset you.
No.
Beg pardon for coming in. You're engaged with a lady, I see.
May I speak to you, Mr. Roberts?
Whom have I the pleasure of addressing, ma'am?
But surely you know me. I'm Mrs. Underwood.
The daughter of our chairman.
I've come on purpose to speak with you. Will you come outside a minute, please?
I have nothing to say to you, ma'am.
But I must speak to you, please.
I have not the time to listen.
Mr. Roberts, please.
I am sorry to disoblige a lady. Mr. Anthony's daughter.
Mr. Roberts, I know you've another meeting of the men. I came to appeal to you. Please, please try to come to some compromise. Give way a little, if only for your own sakes.
The daughter of Mr. Anthony begs me to give way a little, if it's only for our own sakes.
For everybody's sake, for your wife's sake.
For my wife's sake, for everybody's sake, for the sake of Mr. Anthony.
Why are you so bitter against my father? He's never done anything to you.
Has he not?
He can't help his views any more than you can help yours.
Really didn't know that I had a right to views.
My father is an old man.
If I saw Mr. Anthony going to die, and I could save him by lifting my hand, I would not lift the little finger of it.
You...
I would not. That's flat.
You don't mean what you say, and you know it.
I mean every word of it.
But why?
Mr. Anthony stands for tyranny, that's why.
Nonsense.
Please not to touch my wife.
I believe you're mad.
The house of a madman, then, is no fit place for a lady.
I'm not afraid of you.
I would not expect the daughter of Mr. Anthony to be afraid. Mr. Anthony is not a coward like the rest of them.
I suppose you think it's brave, then, to go on with this struggle.
Does Mr. Anthony think it brave to fight against women and children? Mr. Anthony is a rich man, I believe. Does he think it brave to fight against those who haven't a penny? Does he think it brave to set children crying with hunger and women shivering with cold?
My father is acting on his principles, and you know.
And so am I.
You hate us, and you can't bear to be beaten.
Neither can Mr. Anthony, for all he may say.
At any rate, you might have pity on your wife.
Madam, I have no more to say to you.
Enid?
You are not needing to come for your wife, Mr. Underwood. We are not rowdies.
I know that, Roberts. I hope Mrs. Roberts is better. Come, Enid.
I make one last appeal to you, Mr. Roberts, for the sake of your wife.
If I might advise you, ma'am, make it for the sake of your husband or of your father. How goes it, my girl? Feeling better, are you? 10 minutes to 4. I've seen their faces. There's no fight left in them, but for that one old robber.
Won't you stop and eat, David? You've had nothing all day.
I can't swallow till those old sharks are out of town. I shall have a bother with the men. There's no heart left in them, the cowards. Blind as bats they are, can't see the day before their noses.
It's the women, David.
Ah, so they say. Listen to the women when their bellies are speaking. The women never stop them from the drink, but from a little suffering to themselves in a sacred cause. Women stop them fast enough.
Think of the children, David.
Ah, they will go breeding themselves for slaves without a thought for the future of them
That's
they
enough,
breed.
David. Don't begin that. My God.
Hey, no, my girl. Hey, shh. No, come on. Come on.
No. No. I won't.
Not one penny will they put by for a day like this. I know them. hand to mouth. They broke my heart. There was no holding them to begin with, but now the pinch has come.
How could you expect it, David? They're not made of iron.
Expect it? Wouldn't I expect what I would do myself? Wouldn't I starve and rot rather than give in? What one man can do, another can't.
And the women?
This is not women's work.
No. The women may die for all you care. That's their work.
Who talks of dying? No one's going to die to be beating those old... This is what I've been working for all these months. To do the old robbers down, to send them back home again without a farthing's worth of change. I've seen their faces, I tell you, in the valley of the shadow of defeat.
Take your coat, David. Must be bitter cold.
You stay quiet and warm. I won't be long, my girl.
You'd better take it.
Hello, boy.
Dad yn dod am y chwaed yn dod hefyd. A dych o bedw I glas wneud.
Cuckoo. A very good day to you, ma'am. Is better you are?
Thank you, Mr. Thomas.
Is Roberts in?
Gone to meeting.
Oh, that is very unfortunate. I've come to tell him that we must make terms with London. It is a great pity he's gone to the meeting. It's kicking against the pricks he'll be. There's hardly any man's for supporting him now but the engineers and George Rouse.
He'll never give in, Mr. Thomas.
Oh, no, there's not. Must fret. It's very bad for you. But this strike is no longer going with Chapel, you see. I have listened very carefully and I've spoken with her. Bother this now. I don't care what others say. I say that Chapel means us to be ending this trouble. That's what I make of her. And it is my opinion that that is the very best thing for all of us. If it was not my opinion, I don't say, but it is my opinion.
But I don't know what will happen to Robert if you give in.
There is no disgrace whatever. All that a mortal man can do, he has done. It is human nature he has gone against, you see. It's very natural. Any man could do that, indeed. But Chapel has spoken, and he must not go against Chapel. Oh, stop that squeaking! Just so, ma. Go. Oh, here is my daughter come to sit with you. A very good day with you, madam. No fretting, remember.
Get
now.
For the love of God, stand up to him, Father, this
Leave
time.
me to do what's proper, girl.
Matt? Matt?
Madge, I'm going to the meeting. Do you hear me?
I hear. Go and kill your own mother if you must.
I swore to stand by Robert. I swore that. You want me to go back on what I sworn?
You are a pretty lover.
Madge,
I've heard that lovers do what their girls ask them. But that's not true, it seems.
You make a blackleg of me.
Do it for me.
Damn, I can't.
Do it for me.
Don't play the wanton with me.
I'd do that to get the children bred.
Madge. Oh, Madge.
But you can't break your word with me.
Then by God, I can.
I've done for Roberts. Cold as ice. Do you want a drop of brandy? John, does it definitely dim the area, dear Mrs. Roberts?
No. Just sit here. Be quiet. Give John his tea.
Byddan ddistaw. Gone out.
It's all the same.
Shh! Shh!
No. Let him play, Madge.
Waiting and waiting. No patience for it. Waiting and waiting. It's all a woman has to do. Can you hear them at it? I can.
Follow the path. Unity and strength. Your union has recommended it in the war. Know what I say? The grim future awaits you. Well, I've spoken to you straight. I'll speak till tomorrow, I can't say more.
Mister, want to ask you, can they get blacklegs?
That's right.
There's always blacklegs. That's the nature of them. There's always men that'll save their own skins.
No, they can't get them. But that won't help you. Now, men, be reasonable. Your demands would have brought on us the burden of a dozen strikes at a time when we were not prepared for them. The unions live by justice. Not for one, but for all. Any fair man will tell you, you were ill-advised. Oh, I don't say you go too far for what you're entitled to, but you go too far for now. You've dug a pit for yourselves. Are you going to stay there? Or are you going to climb out? Come.
You've hit it right, mister. What are we going to do then?
Cut your demands to the right pattern, and we'll see you through. Refuse? And don't expect me to waste my time coming down here again. I'm not the sort that talks at random, as you ought to know by this time. But if you're the sound men I take you for, no matter who advises against it, you'll make up your minds to come in and trust to us to get your terms. What was it to be? Hands together and victory? Or the starvation you've got now?
Talk about what you know.
No! Everything you've been through, my friend, I've been through. I was through it when I was no bigger than that shaver there. And the unions then weren't what they are now. What's made them strong? It's hands together that's made them strong. I've been through it all, I tell you. The brand's on my soul yet. I know what you've been through. There's nothing you can tell me I don't know. But the whole is more important than the part, and you are only the part. Stand by us, and we'll stand by you.
Talks a lot of sense to that union chap.
Well, if you'd have listened to me, you'd have heard sense these 2 months past.
Are those 2 old blanks all over there, then?
They best stop their cattle or I'll break their jaws!
Nothing to do with you!
You say the furnace men's paid enough.
I did not say they were paid enough. I said they were paid the same as furnacemen in similar works elsewhere.
That's a lie! What about Harper's?
You may look at home for lies, my man. Harper's shifts are longer. The pay works out the same.
Willie supporters, double time, overtime, Saturday.
Yes, we will.
What about our subscriptions, huh?
I've told you what we will do with them.
Ah, Will. It's always Will. You'd have our mates desert us. Hold your round!
Those that know their right hands from their lefts know that the unions are neither thieves nor traitors. Well, I've said me say. Figure it out, my lads. When you want me, you know what I shall be.
He wants you to turn blacklegs, that's what he wants. He wants you to go back on us. Sooner than turn blackleg, I'd starve, I would. Who you calling a blackleg? Mind what you're saying, will you?
What about the women?
They can stand what we can stand, I suppose, can they?
You've no wife.
And don't want one.
Give us the power to come to terms with London, lads.
If you've anything to say, man, get up on the platform and say it.
Hey, Couteau Thomas! We are all in the depths together. And it is nature that has put us there.
It's London put us there.
It's the union.
It is not London, and it is not the union, it is nature. There is no disgrace whatever to give in to nature. This nature is a very big thing. It is bigger than any man here. There is more years to my head than to the head of any man here. And I say it is a very bad thing, this going against nature. It is very bad to make other bodies suffer when there is nothing to be got by it. What are you laughing at? It is bad, I say. We are fighting for a principle, isn't it? Well, there's nobody here going to say that I am not a believer in principle. But when nature says no further, then it is no good snapping your fingers in her face. This nature must be humoured. It is a man's business to be pure and honest, just and merciful. That's what Chappell tells you. And look you, David Roberts, Chappell says you can do that without going against nature.
Oh, and what about the union, huh?
Oh, no, I don't trust the union. They have treated us like dirt. Do what we tell you, they say. I have been captain of the furnace men for 20 years. And I say to the union, can you tell me as well as I can tell you what is the best wages for the work these men do? Oh, for 25 years I paid my monies to the union, and for nothing. What is that but roguery? For all that this Mr. Harness says.
Get on with you.
Cut on with it. If a man does not trust me, am I to trust him?
That's right.
Leave them alone for rogues and act for ourselves.
That's what we've been doing, haven't we?
I was brought up to act for myself. I was brought up to do without something if I had not monies to pay for it. There is too much of this doing things with other people's monies. We have fought fair, and if we have been beaten, it is no fault of our own. Give us the power to come to terms with London for ourselves. And if we do not succeed, then we must take our beating like men and not die like dogs. Or to hang on to the coattails of other people to make them do our business for us.
Who wants to?
What's that? If I stand up to a man and he knocks me down, I'm not to go hollering to other bodies to help me. I am to stand up again. And if he knocks me down properly, I'm to stay there, isn't it?
No, Union!
With his no unions.
Them furnace chats for tuppence I'd smash the faces of the lot of them.
If I'd have been listened to.
I am now coming to what I was going to say.
And time too.
Chapel says, don't go on with this strike. Make an end of it.
That's a lie!
Oh,
Chapel says to go on!
Indeed. I've got years in my head.
Aye, long ones. Your years have misled you then.
You cannot be right if I am. You cannot have it both ways.
Chapel canvo, huh?
You are going the road to damnation. And so I say to all of you, if you go against Chapel, I will not be with you. And neither will any other God-fearing man.
Him go up, that's free speech, that is, huh? But I ain't got much to say to you. Just look at the matter plain. We've all come the same road. Now, you want to chuck the journey? We've all been in the same boat, now you want to pull in too. We engineers have stood by you. Aye. You ready, are you now, to give us the go-by? If we'd have known that, we'd not have started out with you so early one bright morning. Old man Thomas ain't got his Bible lesson right. If you give up to London or to harness now, it's giving us the chuck to save your skins. You'd not get over that, my boys. It's a dirty thing to do.
I'm no blanky orator. What I say is drove from me. What I say is human nature. Now, can a man sit and see his mother starve? Or can he now?
No!
Rouse?
Simon has said fair. I changed my mind.
Turned your coat, you mean?
It's turned him around.
He said fair. Stand by us, he said, and we'll stand by you. Well, that's where we've been making our mistake this long time past. And who's to blame for it? That man there. No, he said. Fight the robbers, he said. Squeeze the breath out of them. But it's not the breath out of them that's being squeezed. It's the breath out of us and ours, and that's the book of truth. I'm no orator. It's the flesh and blood in me that's speaking. It's the heart of me. And he'll speak to you again. You mark my words, but don't you listen. It's hell fire that's on that man's tongue. Simonis was right. What are we without the unions? A handful of parched leaves, a puff of smoke. I'm no orator, but I say chuck it up. Chuck it up sooner than go on starving the women and the children.
What's turned you to blacklegging?
Simonis knows what he's talking about. Give us the power to come to terms with London. I'm no orator, but I say, have done with this black misery!
You listen to Rouse and to that old man, but not to me.
No.
You listen to Simonis from the Union that's treated you so fair. Perhaps you listen to those old men from London. Huh? You groan, what for?
You love their feet on your necks, don't you? Oh, you'd like to break my jaw, John Bulgin. Well, let me speak, then do your smashing, if it gives you pleasure. Am I a liar?
No!
A coward?
No!
A traitor?
No!
If only I were, you'd listen to me, I'm sure. Is there a man here that has less to gain by striking? No. Is there a man here that had more to lose?
No!
Is there a man here that has given up £800 since this trouble here began?
No!
Oh, come on, is there? Eh? How much has Thomas given up? £10 or 5 or what? You listen to him, though. And what did he tell you? No man can pretend, he says, that I'm not a believer in principle. But when nature says no further, 'tis going against nature. I say to you that if a man cannot say to nature, budge me from this, if you can, his principles are but his belly. Oh, but, says Thomas, but a man can be pure and honest, just and merciful, and take off his hat to nature. I say to you that nature is neither pure nor honest, just nor merciful. You chaps that live over the hill and go home dead beat in the dark on a snowy night, don't you fight your way every inch of it? You just go lying down and trusting to the tender mercies of merciful nature? Huh? Try it. You'll soon find out with what you have to deal. 'Tis only by that, in nature's face, that a man can be a man. Give in, says Thomas. Go down on your knees, cease your foolish fight, and perhaps, he says, perhaps your enemy will chuck you down the crust.
Never! Curse them!
I never said that. If you did not say it, man, you meant it. And what'd you say about Chapel? Chapel's against it, he says. She's against it. Well, if Chapel and nature go hand in hand, it's the first I've ever heard about it. That young man there said that I had hellfire on my tongue. If I had, I would use it all to scorch and wither this talk of surrender. Surrendering is the work of cowards and traitors. Stop there, Judge Rouse. There's no time this to settle personal matters. But there was one other, Mr. Simon Harness. We have not much to thank Mr. Harness and the Union for. They said to us, desert your mates, or we'll desert you. And they did desert us.
Aye, they did!
Mr. Harness is a clever man, but he's come too late. For all that Mr. Harness says, for all that Thomas Rouse, for all that any man here present can say, we've won the fight.
How can you say that?
You felt the pinch of it in your bellies. You've forgotten what that fight has been. Many times I have told you, I will tell you now, this once again. The fight of this country's body and blood against a bloodsucker. The fight of all of us who spend themselves with every breath they draw and every blow they strike against a thing that fattens on us and grows by the law of merciful nature. That thing is capital.
Aye!
A thing that buys the sweat of men's brows and the torture of their brains at its own price. Don't I know that? Wasn't the work of my brains bought for £700? And wasn't £100,000 made out of that 700 without the lifting of a finger? A thing that gives as little and takes as much as it can. That's capital. A thing that says, I'm very sorry for you poor fellows. You have a cruel time of it, I know, but will not give 1/6 of its dividends to help you have a better time. That's capital. Tell me, for all their talk, is there one of them that will consent to 1 penny on the income tax to help the poor? That's capital. A white-faced, stony-hearted monster. And you got it to its knees. Are you going to give up now, at the last minute, to save your miserable body's pain?
No! No!
When I went this morning to talk to those old men from London, I looked into their very hearts. One of them was sitting there, Mr. Scantlebury, a great mass of flesh, nourished on us. Sitting there for all the world like the shareholders in this company. That's it, neither moving tongue nor finger, taking dividends. A great dumb ox that can only be roused when his food is threatened. I looked into his eyes, and I saw that he was afraid. Afraid for himself and his dividends. Afraid for his fees. Afraid of those very shareholders that he stands for. And all but one of them is afraid. They're children that venture into the wood at night and start at every rustle of the leaves. I say to you, give me a free hand to tell them. Go you back to London. The men have nothing for you. Give me that, and I swear to you that within a week, you shall have from London all you want. Tis not for this little moment in time that we're fighting. Not for ourselves, for our own little bodies and their wants, but for all those that come after, throughout all time. Oh, men, for the love of them, don't roll up another stone upon their heads. Don't help to blacken the sky and let the bitter sea in over them. They're welcome to the worst that can happen to me. The worst that can happen to us all. Aren't they? Aren't they? If we can shake that white-faced monster with the bloody lips that has been sucking the blood and the life of ourselves, our wives and children since the world began. If we have not the hearts of men to meet it face to face, and eye to eye, and force it backward till it cry for mercy, it will go on sucking life. And we shall stay forever what we are. Less than the very dogs.
Roberts.
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 Roberts. Roberts. Roberts. Roberts. Roberts. Roberts. Roberts. Roberts. Roberts. Roberts. Roberts. Roberts. Roberts.
Nature, says that old man. Give in to nature. I say to you, strike your blow in nature's face and let it do its worst.
Roberts. 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 Roberts.
I say to you, answer them. Answer them.
Roberts. Did you not hear, man?
What is it?
Your wife, man.
Your wife's dying. He needn't have hurried. Annie Roberts is dead. You pack of blinded hounds. How many more women are you going to let die?
There's a Spitfire for it.
I'll smash her jaw.
If I'd have been listening to, that poor woman wouldn't have died.
It's a judgment on him for going against Chapel. I told him how it would be.
All the more reason for sticking by him. Are you going to desert him now he's down? Are you going to chuck him over now he's lost his wife?
Lost his wife, aye. Can't you see? Look at home. Look at your own wives. What's to save them? You'll have the same in all of your houses before long.
Aye.
Right, George, right. It's not us that's blind, it's Roberts. How long will you put up with him?
Give him the chuck! Kick a man that's down! Down!
And what brought him down then? But his own black obstinacy. You gonna follow a man who can't see better than that where he's going?
No! He's lost his wife!
And whose fault's that but his own? Have done with him, I say! Before he's killed your own wives and mothers!
Down He's finished! We've had enough of him! We'll make time to the Union lads! Yeah! You black legs! You black legs! What are you calling a black leg, rat?
Just on 5. They're all in there waiting except Frank. Where's he?
He's had to go down to Gascoigne's about a contract. Will you want him?
He can't help us. It's the director's job. Father in his room.
Yes.
I wish he'd stay there, Enid. This is a beastly business, old girl.
I went to the Roberts this afternoon, Ted.
Wasn't very wise.
He's simply killing his wife.
We are, you mean?
Roberts ought to give way.
There's a lot to be said on the men's side.
Well, I didn't feel half so sympathetic as I did before I went. They just set up this class feeling against you. Poor Annie was looking dreadfully bad, fire going out, nothing fit for her to eat, but she would stand up for Roberts. And when you see all this wretchedness going on and feel that you can do nothing, you've just got to shut your eyes to the whole thing.
If you can.
Before I left, I was all on their side. As soon as I got there, I began to feel quite different at once. People talk about sympathy with the working classes. They don't know what it means to try and put it into practice. It's hopeless.
Ah. Well.
It is dreadful going on with the men in this state. I do hope that Dad will make concessions.
Well, he won't. It's a sort of religion with him. Damn it! I know what's coming. He'll be voted down.
They wouldn't dare.
They will. They're in a funk.
But he wouldn't stand it.
Dear girl, if you're beaten in a vote, you've got to stand it.
But would he resign?
Of course. Goes to the root of his beliefs.
But he's so wrapped up in this company, Ted. There'd be nothing left. It would be dreadful. Ted, he's so old now. You mustn't let them.
My sympathies in this strike are entirely on the side of the men.
But he's been the chairman for more than 30 years. He's made the whole thing. And think of all the bad times they've had. It's always been him who's pulled them through. Ted, you must...
Now, what is it you want? You said just now you hoped he'd make concessions. Now you want me to back him in not making them. This isn't a game, Enid.
It is not a game to me that the Dad is in danger of losing everything that he cares about in life. If he won't give way and he's beaten, it'll simply break him down.
Didn't you just say it was dreadful going on with the men in this state?
But don't you see, Ted, Father would never get over it. We must stop them somehow. The others are afraid of him. If you back him up...
But against my convictions, against yours? The moment it begins to pinch one personally...
This isn't personal, it's the Dad.
Family or yourself, and over goes the whole show.
Well, if you don't take this seriously, I do.
I'm as fond of him as you are. That's got nothing to do with it.
We don't know about the men, that's all guesswork. But we do know that the Dad might have a stroke any day. Do you mean to say he's not more to you than...
Of course he is, of course he is.
I don't understand you then.
Yes.
If it were for oneself, it would be different, but for one's own father. You don't seem to realise.
I realise perfectly.
It's your first duty to save him.
I wonder.
Oh, Ted, it's the only interest he's got left. It would be like a death blow to him.
Yes, I know.
Promise?
I'll do what I can.
Past 5. We shall never get through. Have to eat another dinner at that dreadful hotel.
You've been seeing Roberts, I hear?
Yes.
Do you know what trying to bridge such a gulf as this is like? Filling a sieve with sand.
Don't.
You think with your gloved hands you can cure the trouble of a century?
Father, I'm only thinking of you.
I can take care of myself, my dear.
Have you thought what'll happen if you're beaten in there?
Well, don't mean to be.
Don't give them a chance. You're not well. Need to go to the meeting at all.
Cut and run.
But they'll outvote you.
I shall see.
I beg you, Dad. Won't you?
Can I get dinner on that 6:30 train, huh?
No, I fear not, sir. Well, I shall speak out for enough of this spot.
Yes, ma'am?
When the men come, can you show them in here, Frost? The hall's cold.
I could put them in the parlour, ma'am.
No, I don't want to offend them. They're so touchy.
Yes, ma'am. Excuse me, Mr. Anthony's had nothing to eat all day.
I know.
Nothing but 2 whiskers and sodas, ma'am.
Oh, you oughtn't to have let him have those.
Mr. Anthony's a little difficult, ma'am. It's not as if he were a younger man and knew what was good for him. He will have his own way.
Well, I suppose we all want that.
Yes, ma'am. Excuse me, speaking about the strike. I'm sure if the other gentlemen were to give up to Mr. Anthony, then quietly let the men have what they want afterwards, that would be the best way. I find that very useful with him at times, ma'am. If he's cross, it makes him violent. And I've noticed in my own case, when I'm violent, I'm always sorry for it afterwards.
Are you ever violent, Frost?
Yes, ma'am. Oh, sometimes very violent.
I've never seen you.
No, ma'am. That is so. Being with Mr. Anthony, as you know, ma'am, ever since I was 15, it worries me seeing him crossed like this at his age. I've taken the liberty to speak to Mr. Wanklin. Seems to be the most sensible of the gentlemen. But he said to me, "That's all very well, Frost, but this strike's a very serious thing," he said. "Serious for all parties, no doubt," I said, "but humour him, sir, humour him. It's like this. If a man gets to a stone wall, he doesn't drive his head against it. He gets over it." "Yes," he said, "you better tell your master that." That's where it is, ma'am. I said to Mr. Anthony this morning, "Is it worth it, sir?" "Damn it," he said to me, "Frost, mind your own business or take a month's notice." Beg pardon, ma'am, for using such a word.
Do you know that man Roberts, Frost?
Yes, ma'am. That's to say, not to speak to, but to look at him, you can tell what he's like.
Yes?
Well, he's not one of these ordinary, harmless socialists. He's violent, got a fire inside him, what I call personal. A man may have what opinions he likes, so long as he's not personal. When he's that, he's not safe.
I think that's what my father feels about Roberts.
No doubt, Mum. Mr. Anthony has a feeling against him. It's a right-down regular struggle between the two. I've no patience with this Roberts. From what I hear, he's just an ordinary working man like the rest of them. If he did invent a thing, he's no worse off than hundreds of others. My brother invented a new kind of dumb waiter. Nobody gave him anything for it, and there it is being used all over the place. There's a kind of man who never forgives the world because he wasn't born a gentleman. Now, what I say is, no one that's a gentleman looks down on another man because he happens to be a class or two above him, no more than if he happens to be a class or two below.
Would you go in and ask them if they'll have some tea? Say that I sent you.
Yes, ma'am. I don't agree with you. We've had this over a dozen times. But what's the proposition?
Yes, what does your father say? Tea? Not for me, not for me.
Thank you, Frost.
Well, what I understand the chairman to say is that under no circumstances will he...
Will they have any tea, Frost?
A Miss Thomas, ma'am.
Miss Thomas? What Miss Thomas? Do you mean a Miss...
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, where is she?
In the porch.
Well, I don't think I...
Shall I dispose of her?
No, I'll... No, can you show her in here, Ellen? Come in. What is it? What have you come for, please?
Brought a message from Mrs. Roberts.
A message, yes?
She asks you to look after her mother.
I don't understand.
That's the message.
But what? Why?
Annie Roberts is dead.
But it's only a little over an hour since I saw her.
Of cold and hunger.
No, that's not true. The poor thing's heart. Why do you look at me like that? I tried to help her.
I thought you'd like to know.
It's so unjust. Can't you see? I wanted to help you all.
I never harmed anyone that hadn't harmed me first.
What harm have I done you? Why do you speak to me like this?
You come out of your comfort to spy on us. A week of hunger, that's what you want.
Don't talk nonsense.
I saw her die. Her hands were blue with the cold.
Why wouldn't you let me help her? It's such senseless pride.
Pride's better than nothing to keep your body warm.
I won't talk to you. How can you tell what I feel? It is not my fault that I was born better off than you.
We don't want your money.
You don't understand and you don't want to. Please, just go away.
You killed her. For all your soft words. You and your father.
That is wicked. My father is suffering himself in this wretched strike.
Then tell him Mrs. Roberts is dead. That'll make him feel better.
Go away.
When someone hurts us, we get it back on them. You felt that. Lucky it's a mother, not a children, who to look after, isn't it? She won't trouble you long.
Go away.
I'm giving you a message.
What is it, Dad? Who was it? is it, Ted?
Damn fellow Wild. He's taken to personalities. He was downright insulting.
Well, what did he say?
He said Father was too old and feeble to know what he was doing. Dad's worth 6 of him.
Of course he is.
Don't like the look of this.
Come, Chairman. Wilder sends his apologies. A man can't do more.
I withdraw my word, sir. I'm sorry.
Will you come to a decision, Mr. Wanklyn?
We're all here, Chairman. What do you say? Shall we get on with the business, or shall we go back to the other room?
Yes, yes, let's get on. We must settle something.
I want to speak to you for a moment, Ted.
Really, Chairman, it's no use soothing ourselves with a sense of false security. If this strike's not brought to an end before the general meeting, the shareholders will certainly haul us over the coals.
What? What's that?
I know it for a fact.
Let them. Don't get turned out.
I don't mind martyrdom for a policy in which I believe, but I object to being burnt for someone else's principles.
Very reasonable. Now, you must see that, Chairman.
We owe it to other employers to stand firm.
There's a limit to that.
They were all full of fight at the start.
We thought the men would give in, but they haven't.
They will.
I can't have my reputation as a man of business destroyed for the satisfaction of starving the men out. I can't have it. How can we face the shareholders with things in the state they are?
Here, 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 here.
If anyone expects me to say to them, I've lost you £50,000, and sooner than put my pride in my pocket, I'll lose you another. It's unnatural. I don't want to go against you, sir.
Come, Chairman. We are not free agents. We are part of a machine. Our only business is to see that the company makes as large a profit as it safely can. If you blame me for want of principle, I say we're trustees. Reason tells us we shall never get back in the saving of wages what we shall lose if we continue this struggle. Really, Chairman, we must settle on the best terms we can make.
No.
It's a deadlock, then. Now I shall never get off to Spain.
You hear the consequences of your victory, Chairman.
My wife's ill.
Dear, dear, you don't say so.
If I don't get her out of this cold, I won't answer for the consequences.
Have you heard this, sir? Mrs. Roberts is dead. Enid saw her this afternoon. She had no food, no coals or anything. It's enough.
You don't suggest that we could have helped the poor thing?
The woman was in bad health. No one can say there's any responsibility on us. At least not on me.
I say that we are responsible.
War is war.
Not on women.
It not unfrequently happens that women are the greatest sufferers.
Well, if we knew that, then all the more responsibility rests on us.
It's no matter for amateurs.
You call me what you like, sir. It sickened me. We had no right to carry things to such a length.
I don't like this a bit. That radical rag will twist this to their own ends. You see if they don't. They'll get up some cock and bull story about the poor woman having died of starvation, and I wash my hands of it.
Well, you can't. None of us can.
But I protest against this.
You protest as you like, Mr. Scantlebury. It won't alter facts.
That's enough.
No, sir. I tell you exactly what I think. If we pretend the men aren't suffering, it's humbug. And if the men are suffering, we know enough of human nature to know that the women are suffering more. And as to the children, it's damnable. I don't say that we meant to be cruel. I don't say anything of the sort. But I do say it's criminal to shut our eyes to the facts. We employ these men and we can't get out of it. I don't care so much about the men. But I'd sooner resign my position on the board than go on starving women in this way.
I don't like the way you're putting it, young sir.
You're rather overshooting the mark.
I should think so indeed.
It's no use blinking things. If you want the death of women on your hands, I don't.
Oh, now, young man.
On our hands, not on mine. I won't have it.
We are 5 members of this board. If we were 4 against it, why did we let it drift till it came to this? You know perfectly well why. We hoped to starve the men out. Well, all we've done is starve one woman out.
I protest. I'm a humane man. We're all humane men.
There's nothing wrong with our humanity. It's our imaginations, Mr. Scantlebury.
Nonsense. My imagination's as good as yours.
If so, it isn't good enough.
I foresaw this.
Then why didn't you put your foot down?
Much good that would have done.
If you and I, and each one of us here who say that our imaginations are so good...
I never said so.
...had put our feet down, the thing would have been ended long ago and this woman's life wouldn't have been crushed out of her. For all we know, there are a dozen other women out there starving.
For God's sake, sir, don't use that word at a board meeting. It's monstrous.
I will use it, Mr.
Then I shall not listen to you. I shall not listen. It's painful to me.
None of us are opposed to a settlement, except your father.
Well, I'm sure if the shareholders knew.
I don't think you'll find their imaginations are any better than ours, because a woman happens to have a weak heart.
A struggle like this finds out the weak spots in anybody. Every child knows that. If it hadn't been for this cutthroat policy, the woman needn't have died and there wouldn't be all this misery that anyone who isn't a fool can see is going on. I don't defend myself or the men or anybody.
You may have to. A coroner's jury of disinterested sympathizers may say some very nasty things. We mustn't lose sight of our position.
Coroner's jury? No, it's not a case for that.
I've had enough of cowardice.
Cowardice is an unpleasant word, Mr. Edgar Anthony. It will look very like cowardice if we suddenly concede the men's demands when a thing like this happens. We must be careful.
Of course we must. We have no knowledge of this matter yet, except a rumour. The proper course is to put the whole thing into the hands of Harness to settle for us. That's natural. And that's what we should have come to anyway.
Exactly. And as to you, young sir, I cannot sufficiently express my distaste for the way you have treated the whole matter. You ought to withdraw. Talking of starvation, talking of cowardice, considering what our views are. Except for your own father, we are all agreed that the only policy is one of goodwill. It's most improper, it's most irregular, and all I can say is it's given me pain.
Well, I withdraw nothing.
I pay no attention to what young Mr. Anthony has said. Coroner's jury, the idea is preposterous. I move the following amendment to the chairman's motion, that the dispute be placed at once in the hands of Mr. Simon Harness for settlement along the lines indicated by him this morning. Anyone second that?
I do.
Very well. I ask the chairman to put it to the board.
You've been made the subject of an attack. I'll take it on my shoulders. I am 76 years old. I've been chairman of this company since its inception 32 years ago. I've seen it pass through good and evil report. My connection with it began in the year this young man was born. I've had to do with men for 50 years. I've always stood up to them. I've fought the men of this company 4 times, and 4 times I've beaten them. It's been said that I am not the man I was. And however that may be, I am a man enough to stand to my guns. The men have been treated justly. They've had fair wages. We've always been ready to listen to complaints. It has been said that times have changed. If they have, I have not changed with them. Neither will I. It has been said that masters and men are equal. Can't. There can only be one master in a house. Where two men meet, the better man will rule. It has been said that capital and labor have the same interest. Can't. Their interests are as wide asunder as the poles. It has been said that the board is only part of a machine. Can't. We are the machine. Its brains and sinews. It is for us to lead and to determine what is to be done and to do it without fear or favor. Fear of the men, fear of the shareholders, fear of our own shadows. Before I am like that, I hope to die. There's only one way of treating men. With the iron hand. This half and half business, the half and half manners of this generation has brought all this on us. Softness and sentiment. And what this young man no doubt would call his social policy. You can't eat cake and have it. This middle-class sentiment or socialism or whatever it may be is rotten. Masters are masters. Men are men. Yield one demand and they will make it 6. They're like Oliver Twist, asking for more. If I were in their place, I should be the same. But I am not in their place. And mark my words. One fine morning when you've given way here and given way there, you will find you have parted from the ground beneath your feet and are deep in the bog of bankruptcy. And with you floundering in that bog will be the very men you've given way to. I've been accused of being a domineering tyrant, thinking only of my own pride. I'm thinking of the future of this country. Threatened with the black waters of confusion. Threatened with mob government. Threatened with what I cannot see. If by any conduct of mine I help to bring this on us, I should be ashamed to look my fellows in the face.
The men are here, sir. Shall I bring them in?
Wait. I come to the attack that has been made upon me. A woman has died. I am told that her blood is on my hands. I am told that on my hands is the starvation and suffering of other women and children.
I said on our hands, Father.
It is the same. I am not aware that if my adversary suffer in a fair fight, not sought by me, that it is my fault. If I fall under his feet, as fall I may, I shall not complain. That will be my lookout, and this is his. I cannot separate, as I would, these men from their women and children. A fair fight is a fair fight. Let them learn to think before they pick a quarrel.
But is it a fair fight, Val? Look at them. And look at us. They've only this one weapon.
And you're weak-kneed enough to teach them how to use it. Seems the fashion nowadays for men to take their enemy's side. I have not learned that art. Is it my fault that they quarreled with their union too?
There is such a thing as mercy.
And justice comes before it.
What is just to one man, sir, is injustice to another.
Accuse me of injustice. Of what amounts to inhumanity. Of cruelty.
Come, Chairman.
These are the words of my own son. They're the words of a generation I don't understand. The words of a soft breed.
I said it of myself too, Father.
Before I put this amendment, I have one more word to say. If it is carried, it means that we shall fail in what we set ourselves to do. It means that we shall fail in the duty that we owe to all capital. It means that we shall fail in the duty that we owe ourselves. It means that we shall be open to constant attack, to which we as constantly shall have to yield. Be under no misapprehension. Run this time, and you'll never make a stand again. You'll have to fly like curs before the whips of your own men. If that is the lot you wish for, you will vote for this amendment. Moved by Mr. Wilder, seconded by Mr. Wanklin, that the men's demands be placed at once in the hands of Mr. Simon Harness for settlement on the lines indicated by him this morning. Those in favour signify same in the usual way. Contrary. The amendment is carried. I resign my position on this board. "50 years. You've disgraced me, gentlemen. Bring in the men."
What's to be said to them? Why isn't Harness here? Ought we see them in before he comes? I don't think we should.
Will you come in, please?
Well, Thomas, how's it to be? What's the result of your meeting?
Sim Harness has our answer. He'll tell you what it is. We're waiting for him. He'll speak for us.
Is that so, Thomas?
Yes, sir. Mr. Roberts will not be coming. His wife's dead.
Yes, yes, poor woman. Yes, yes.
Mr. Harness, sir.
Good evening, gentlemen.
We've been waiting for you, Harness. Let's hope we can come to some...
Mr. Anthony. I am sorry that I am a little late. I should have been here in time, but for something that has happened. Has anything been said?
No. But what made you come, man?
This morning, gentlemen, you told us to go away and reconsider our position. We have reconsidered it. And we are here to give you the men's answer. Go you back to London, we have nothing for you. By no jot or tittle do we abate our demands, nor will we until the whole of those demands have been yielded.
Roberts.
Is that clear enough for you? Is that short enough and to the point? You made a mistake by thinking that you could bring us to heel. You may bring the body, but you cannot bring the spirit. Get back to London. The men have nothing for you.
We're all very sorry for you, Roberts.
Keep your sorrow, young man. Let your father speak.
Roberts.
Why don't you answer?
Roberts.
What is it?
You're talking without the book. Things have travelled past you. Look at this man. Demands conceded, with the exception of those relating to the engineers and furnace men. Double wages for Saturday's overtime, night shifts as they are. These terms have been agreed. The men go back to work tomorrow. The strike is at an end.
You went back on me. I stood by you to the death. You waited for that to throw me over. That's a lie.
Take that! Hold your jaw! That's enough, men. You better go.
There's nothing to stay for now, I suppose. Well, I shall have a try for that train. You coming, Scantlebury?
Yes, wait for me. But you'd never sign them terms. They can't make terms without their chairman. You'd never sign them terms. Don't tell me you have. For the love of God, I reckoned on you.
The board has signed.
Look after the chairman. He's not well. He had no lunch. Is any fun for the women and children? Put me down for £20. Then you're no longer chairman of this company. They've thrown you over. Thrown over their chairman. So they done us both down, Mr. Anthony.
Shame, Roberts. Go home quietly, man. Go home.
Home? Home?
Come away, dear. Come to your room.
it's a great weight off my mind, Mr. Harness. Oh, what a painful scene, sir. It's all been so violent. What did he mean by done us both down? And if he has lost his wife, poor fellow, he oughtn't to have spoken to the chairman like that.
A woman dead, and the two best men, both broken.
Do you know, sir, these terms, they're the very same we drew up together, you and I, and put to both sides before the fight began. All this. All this. And what for?
That's where the fun comes in.